How does revenue share work? Number one question I get, and I'm going to go over it today on a spreadsheet so you can understand what's happening at Five Realty. Now, there's other revenue share companies out there like EXP, Real, LPT, Epic. There's a couple different ones, I think more than that, but we are ground level. We are in 22 states as this video is being recorded. Hopefully, when you watch it, maybe it's all 50. And I am the principal broker of the Commonwealth of Virginia. So, super excited to be here. I've been in real estate for almost 12 years now, and business coach with Tom Ferry. I am in production myself, so I understand what you're going through as an agent. I have been part of a huge big box brokerages. I had my own boutique brokerage, and then this opportunity came up. So I wanted to share what I personally made a move as a top producer in production only, and as well as seeing all the different formulas out there, why this aligns really well for me. So first of all, I'm sure you already heard, but five, it's FIV because you can't really trademark the number five. And it's five realty stands for you are made up of the five people you surround yourself. And I love that concept because I am a huge personal growth person. Anybody that knows me knows that. Tony Robbins person. I do a lot of their participation, and I'm a plat partner with them. And I just love and have a thirst for learning and growing and doing all those things. So it's a perfect alignment with me and all the types of people that tend to seem to be attracted to Five Realty are builders, people that want to grow, kind of want to run their own businesses and not necessarily have to be part of this huge conglomerate. And maybe one day we'll get there by our own design, is what I would say. But I wanted to go over quickly just to make sure you understand how our revenue share works percentage wise. And that's why I'm doing a screen share. So we do five circles for five. But I asked recently, and you actually can go indefinitely down by partnering with someone, co-sponsoring, because we do allow co-sponsors at your circle five. So if you've gone down all the way to circle five, you could partner with that person's circle five, which then is 50% circle one again for you. So then it becomes the next level down. So it can unlock it again and again. So that's how you would be able to unlock deeper than five if you get to that point. And I went ahead and changed this number to five. So if you recruited or attracted five agents right underneath you, then you would get 20% of the 20% they pay out to the brokerage. So it's an 80-20, and the cap for a solo agent is $15,000. That's full cap. If they are on a team, it would be $5,000 cap. If they are on a huge grossing team, like a mega team, or if it's a regular team, it would be 7,500. So even breaks it down basically on what you're going to get per person, so you can kind of see what the potential is. And this is a great idea for passive income. This is not to replace your production. It's really just as a concept of if you are buying a rental property or an investment property, or flipping a home, this is something that can kind of work in the background, and yet we're all working together as a culture, and collaborating, and it's a lot of fun. And then the money is going back to the agents versus going to a C-suite or building huge buildings and things like that. Me personally, in Richmond, we do have a brokerage office, so we have a place for you to meet and collaborate if you want in person. We do a lot of Zoom meetings. We also meet up at events like Tom Ferry events and other real estate events, and I welcome you to join me at any of the Tony Robbins events as well. So we're just going to go really quickly here. I'm going to do a formula. So 20%, if you had five agents in your circle one and all hit that cap at 20%, then they're going to max, each person you can make is $3,000. So total annual revenue share for those five people would be $15,000. Now, if five of those people each recruited one, then you would be at 11,250 because it would go down. And if each of those five people recruited five, then you would get 7,500 if each of those people recruited five. And let's do five all the way down. You would be at an annual revenue share of $45,000 or $3,750 a month. That's with agents that cap at $15,000. And it's pretty exciting because it's a concept of that's basically, what you would make with having maybe three or four rental properties a month if you are only netting a few $100s a month, which most rental properties don't get more than that I'm seeing, unless you're doing an Airbnb, and there's a lot of you know, work to make that happen. So this is something, it's kind of a thing that's working in the background to help you grow, kind of like if you participate in a joint venture situation. So just wanted to make that simplified for you and explain that. And if you're a team lead, how Five recognizes teams, you can see that here. Any individual agent that, and actually it's a $15,000 cap, they changed it. If it's a certain amount of transactions or revenue share, they get to have, the team gets to do, here it is right here. So it would be 6 million or 30 transactions closed would be in the last 12 months. Your team members would be at a $7,500 cap. The individual agent or the team lead is always at the top tier, $15,000 cap. And then a quarter cap would be for someone that does 40 million a year. A team does our 175 close, and it's in the past 12 months. So it's not necessarily a calendar year. So the big thing is that you as a team leader would have to take a minimum split of 10% because we don't want to have people just going under teams for the sake of getting the cap. And that's a really big thing to discuss. So, and on top of that, if someone decides they don't want to do revenue share, they don't have to do revenue share. They're going to cap at the $5,000, which would be this here. And so if you as a person attract someone that doesn't want to do revenue share and they're at the $5,000 cap, you would still get revenue share from their $5,000. So you don't miss out on that. So it's just because if they made that decision doesn't mean it hurts you necessarily. And really quickly, just to go over how Five works, just looking at just the way the model is for us is that we can either, like I said, do the 15,000 cap, which you get revenue share, or it's a $5,000 cap. And this is the fees that we charge, or the company charges. It is a yearly cap, so it's just done on your calendar year. It's not December, or January to December. It is when you sign up. So if you start in June, then your cap resets in June. There's a $50 one-time startup fee to put all your paperwork together. And then they do a $50 a month cloud fee, which covers how you get paid, which is broker sumo, and SkySlip, how we stay in compliance. And those two are the only things that are required with the company. And they do charge a $75 E&O fee every transaction that is done, and compliance fee. So it's $175 per file. That never goes away, but your E&O ends at when you cap at $550 a year. So then it would just be your compliance fee. That's the fee that they do to look over your files and make sure that you're compliant, and so they don't have any legal trouble, right? So that's the situation there. You can also add on Lofty or Follow Up Boss. You're not required, and they don't just let you choose one. They do have a company discount, so that's $25. And if you need to add on like DocuSign or Dotloop, that's $15 a month. In our state, or in our MLS in Central Virginia, we get transaction desks for free, so we don't need that. There's also branded marketing materials that they have. They use a program called Circles to communicate. It's kind of like a Slack where they upload a lot of information for us and everything that we need. And then there's stock available to purchase at a discount, and stock awards, and the revenue share again for the 15,000 cap. But if you're not in the 15,000 cap, then you're going to have to forego that. But you can make a change once a year is one thing they allow, which is exciting. So that's one of the things. And this is just like the little slide deck they do offer to kind of explain what's going on. And as of now, we actually have 22 states open, which has expanded. Very, very exciting. North Carolina is open, and Oklahoma just opened. So we're really excited that we have more states participating, and love to have a conversation. DM me if you see this and you think it's interesting to you and you want to know more.